See, grape juice never match.
Can you stop talking about grape juice?
I love it so much and I can't really drink it right now because I'm cutting.
Oh, darn. Whose fault is that?
There's Mountain Dew in the pantry and I'm just like, bro.
This morning I actually said to I was like, oh, we were gonna bring treats today. I realized it was like 7:15 and it wasn't ready to go. And then I said, but then Stone was sad and Peyton goes, why would you do that to Stone? Like if Peyton was so sad for you. And he's like, Mom, that's so mean.
Yeah,
He's like, he gives his whole lunch away.
well, it's free, so.
Right, you might as well take it. That used to be like,
You should like
That's probably.
Brian Mitchell used to do that for Jared. So he would always go get the lunch, then take Jared another tray. And like Brian had a cold lunch.
Yeah, I would.
It actually makes me so mad giving like perfect food away. I'm like,
I did that for Squirrel the other day because like he wanted like it was like a roast beef and cheddar or something. I don't know.
Those are
And
so
so and I had cold lunch or whatever, and then he has someone on my table like go get it for him, and then I was like I have a card because the person was like I don't want my card. It's like I have my card.
Yeah, because they're strict about the cards now.
it's
not me.
it's so funny though, cause like I'll go to my table and be like, who wants my lunch? And everyone's like, me. And I'm like, all right, you guys need to start pitching your like, and then I make them like argue who should get the lunch. Like Maddie's like
entertaining.
Maddie's like, I give you rides to volleyball games all the time. Or I give you rides to volleyball games all the time. So he won on Monday.
That was a good argument one day. Okay.
And yesterday, I don't know.
Just start making them pay.
Yeah, that's
Well, then they just go pay the.
Right, for the extra lunch.
Yeah.
Nobody else get outside. They're not gonna think.
Lowball the lunch people. So,
Well, then I won't be making anything. The lunches are only like $1, $2.
I think they're $2. They
They
just raised the price of teacher lunches though. Teacher lunches went up to $4.
Are you serious?
But if we
That should be part of
if
your
we eat
salary.
lunch in there, like if you supervise, they give us free lunch.
Oh. What does that mean? Supervise.
Well, like that I'm down there, like
They
that.
literally just sit there and eat and not
Right.
watch it.
What's so
Right.
special? Well, yeah, they want to enjoy their lunch too.
Well, no, just that they don't have funding for teacher lunches like they do kids.
Because yeah, they give.
But other teachers don't have to even go down to the. They can eat lunch by themselves without.
I feel like I'd rather eat it in
Yeah,
the cafeteria.
I like sitting with like my colleagues, so that's why I like going
The
to.
math teachers.
Yeah,
all
all
the
I sit with Hatfield, with McDonald, and Miss Hoffman usually. Yeah. All right. So we are going to learn a little bit. I don't know if we'll get all the way through. This might be the world's longest note packet. We'll see how it goes.
Basically.
Let's plan on at least this page. How about? All right.
Yeah, now we need a break.
Well, we really aren't in here very long. I mean, like, we're only in here for like.
Alright, let's do one problem play Kahoot, another problem play Kahoot. Ooh. And then we're done.
That's smart.
That is smart.
Okay. So guys, this is similar to the circle thing, but this is a little bit more complicated because of there's a number in front of the x squared or the y squared in any of these. So it makes this a little bit trickier. So we're trying to write the equation of our ellipse like we wrote the equation of a circle. So what we're going to do is, again, like we did with circles, we're going to kind of organize everything. So I'm going to put the x's together, the y's together, and move the c away. So I'm going to move this 24 over. If I put my pen on. Move the 24 over. And then I'm going to reorganize things here. The thing about completing the square, it's really easy if there's no number in front of the x squared. If there's a number in front of the x squared, we have a little bit more work to do. So if you guys remember with completing the square, we need it to look like x squared plus bx first. And if you notice, there's a 4 in front of that x squared. So we can't have that. So what we're going to do is we're going to factor that out. So we're going to kind of just look at it. So just these two. We're going to factor the 4 out of it. And then here now I'm going to leave a little space. But I'm factoring the 4 out of both of those terms. So that's going to be negative 6x, right? Thanks for answering me. So again, we're leaving that space because we're going to put something in there. So just like we did with circles, we have to do the b squared, or b divided by 2 squared. But this is a little bit tougher on this one, so don't go too fast if you're like working ahead of me at all. So b divided by 2 squared is going to go in for those like little, for those extra terms. So negative 6 divided by 2 is a negative 3 squared would be 9. However, we're not just going to add a 9 over here. Any thoughts on why we wouldn't just put a 9?
Because
Yeah, we're technically multiplying by 4. So in order to like balance that, I'm actually going to put 36 because of that. So 9 times 4 is 36. So that's going to get added to this side. I have to do the same thing with the y. I'm running out of space already here. Same thing with the y. Y, or 4 divided by 2 is 2, squared is 4. Now that one doesn't have anything being multiplied to, so it's not bad. Does that end up being 16 over there, right? So this is 40 minus 24 is 16. So now these are factorable by perfect squares. So this is going to be x. So multiply to 9, add to negative 6, so minus 3. This is going to be y plus 2, right? Now, you have to think back to what an equation of an ellipse looks like. It's different than a circle. It doesn't equal r squared, so that's 16. We can't have that there. What does it need to equal?
1.
It actually has to equal 1. So that's the tougher part of this. Sorry, I didn't write all the rest of those steps. Hopefully those are okay once we get there. I'm going to use this space though. So this, I need to have a 1 here instead. So I need this to be a 1. In order to make it a 1, I need to divide it by 16. So divide by 16. But if I divide this by 16, I have to divide those two by 16 as well. So this is where those fractions come in. So this over here equals 1. This one, nothing really happens to it. It's y plus 2 squared over 16. But this one, that 4 over 16 there becomes what? 1 over 4, or just like a 4 on the bottom. So now we have our ellipse equation from that original like one that had a lot going on there. So again, thinking about our, go ahead.
Oh, I was just, no, this is like not math related at all. Oh, do you have lotion?
I do. But it's got like a smell to it.
It's fine, I don't care.
I think it's sunflowers.
Okay. Because my hands are just really dry. Thank you. All of this is.
You can just put it on your desk, that's fine. All right. So which way does this graph go? It's tall because the bigger number is second. So this is a tall graph.
I can smell this one.
That's not good.
Matches its purpose. All right. Center is what? It's our center.
Oh, wait, so you don't have to use the, like the 1 equation equals 1?
That's the one we're using.
We're
Oh,
using,
I
yeah,
don't know.
sorry. We're
What are
using,
you
we're here.
It's
You can have the
very
right
good,
Yeah.
smaller because it's over 16.
I think you forgot everything we learned yesterday. It's the bottom number. Which bottom number is bigger?
Oh.
So remember, because that means that the y is going to get stretched more. It's okay.
Yeah,
I know. You can mix
You
up.
gotta warm up. You gotta warm up.
Now I.
Every one of these, he's gonna have something he gets confused about. The circles, it was the center. Now it's.
It's also the center.
Well. All right. So it's tall. I like putting the vertices on first. So like the fact that they asked for the foci first, I usually avoid that at first. So I'm gonna put my center on. So 3, -2. And then I'm using my 16 to go up and down 4. So up and down 4 and out 2 each way. 4 is the one I always get mixed up on the 4 and 2 just because of the square roots.
Where'd you get 4 and 2?
From
Because
these
it's
guys, right? The
Square root of
those.
4 and square root of
Because this is 4 squared and this is 2 squared, right? Because those are our A and B.
Literally, whenever I make ones.
I took 10 seconds and used it like 5 minutes, so.
All right, don't forget we have to figure out our C value. And the C is when we take the square root of the A squared minus the B squared. So 16 minus 4. So it's the square root of 12, which is like 3 point something. So 3.5-ish. So I'm going up 3.5 and then also down 3.5. So I'm adding that to my center. So I'm adding 3.5 to my center and then subtracting it. So this should be 1.5. And then that one goes down to -5.5. And the vertices, like I think it's easiest just to look at the graph for that. As long as I put those in the right spot. That -6 down there.
You have to put that and in between.
No, you don't. Big points off if you don't, but whatever. And then the major axis, remember, is the longer axis. So that's going to be x equals whatever the x value is. So that's going to be x equals 3 in this case. And then the y is just whatever the y is. All right, what do you guys think? You want to try the next one on your own or together? All alone?